Here's how you play Flip 7. In Flip 7, the goal is to be the first player to get 200 points. Points come from the total of all of the different numbers that are in front of a player. On their turn, they can either get a new card or pass, and if they ever turn over two cards that are the same, they bust and are out of the round. To begin setup, one player will be the dealer, shuffle all of the cards, and then deal each player one card. Beginning with the player to the left of the dealer and then continuing clockwise, each player will take a turn, and on their turn, a player can either hit or stay. If they hit, they're dealt another card. If they're ever dealt two cards that are exactly the same, they bust and are out of the round and won't score any points. But as long as a player is dealt a card that's different, they can continue playing in the round, making the same choice on their next turn. There are also special action cards that can be turned face up, and if they are, they have to be resolved immediately. The Flip 3 card would allow a player to choose any player, including themselves, that's not already out of the round, and force them to turn over 3 cards, one after the other. This may cause that player to bust. If a player turns over the Freeze card, this would allow them to choose any other player and freeze them for the rest of the round. They can't bust, but they also can't take any more turns and have to score whatever they have in front of them. And finally, there could be a Second Chance card. If a player turns over a Second Chance card, it just stays in front of them, and the next time they would bust, instead of busting, they would discard this card and the card that would bust them and be able to stay in the round. There are also modifier cards that can be drawn. Whenever a modifier card is drawn, it's added above a number, and it just increases the point value of that number. It doesn't change the number, it just makes it worth more at the end of the round. Also, these modifier cards don't count towards hitting 7 cards, which we'll look at in a second. If a player ever turns over 7 cards without busting, the round would end immediately and that player would get 15 bonus points. At the end of the round, your score would be the total of all of your cards plus any modifiers. So this player's score would be a total of 63 points, and if they'd gotten all 7, they would have 15 added on top of that. You'll then write down everyone's total, pass any cards that weren't dealt out to the player to the left, and they'll become the new dealer. If the deck ever runs out, you can reshuffle to form another deck. And the game will last until one player gets 200 points, and they would be the winner.